Hey everyone, welcome back to Vet Steps. My name is Tim. If you have not been here before, this channel is all about helping high school students and undergraduate students pursue their career in veterinary medicine and help them get into veterinary school. And it's also a channel about my personal testimony in veterinary medicine and some of the things I've learned along the way over the course of being a veterinary assistant for 4 years. So, we're going to get right into today's topic in this video. To this video, we're going to be covering shadowing, working at a vet clinic, and also volunteering. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I was a young lad about 4.5 years ago. I was 16 years old and I was in high school and I was looking for a part-time job, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really want to work retail, and I told my parents I want to work at a vet hospital. So I drove around 7 hospitals with my mom at the time, and just gave them a resume. The resume kind of pretty much looked like I was a high school student. I was an Eagle Scout, and I also worked at a horse farm for like a few months, and that was it. 7 hospitals said no, and then the eighth hospital said yes. So the eighth hospital, they said yes. They made me a position as a kennel assistant at the age of 16. I worked as a kennel assistant there for 2 years, and then they made me a veterinary assistant. So, as a kennel assistant, I worked with the veterinarians and veterinary techs, and I just basically fed and watered the animals, cleaned up all of their stool and their urine, and I cleaned towels. I made some surgery packs, some surgery gauze. I did that job for a while, and now I'm a veterinary assistant, and I love being a veterinary assistant. It is a very interesting job. You learn something new every day, and no day is the same. So my responsibilities now are helping clients, starting appointments, and kind of uh, getting clients into the room, asking why they're there. Also, I'm in charge of filling medications and also making sure everything is clean. I still have the duties and responsibilities that I did as a kennel assistant, but now I also help restrain animals when we're doing blood work or placing an IV catheter. Some days I'm a surgical assistant. Some days I am helping with X-rays or taking X-rays. Some days I am helping uh, take out the trash. Sometimes I am taking uh, cardboard boxes apart because we got a lot of packages that we need from the uh, different veterinary companies. So sometimes I'm stocking shelves, and sometimes I'm in surgery helping the veterinarian close an incision. And sometimes I'm also uh, being yelled at from the other end of the hospital, not in a mean way, but to grab something for one of the veterinarians or the technicians, or even sometimes one of my fellow assistants. So I really love being a veterinary assistant, and I love being a kennel assistant. And I wanted to make sure that I loved it before I went to undergraduate college. The reason being is that I don't really think I would have went to college if I didn't like it as much as I did. As I said in a previous video, I really love animals, and I really love my job. I really love my job as a veterinary assistant, and I love research. And those are a few reasons why I really want to become a veterinarian. And these reasons are extremely important, because if you don't like working at a veterinary hospital and you don't like it, and sometimes there are going to be hard times and hardships and adversity, and that's kind of the normal kind of that's just life. Normal. That is all normal. I've had those moments where I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really qualified for this. So what am I doing? But also that you have to realize that everybody is learning. Um, the veterinarians, the veterinary techs, and the veterinary assistants are all learning. We know a lot of information, and we've learned a lot of information over the past years. But everybody starts at different places. And if you're new at being a veterinary assistant or want to become one, you're going to have some growing pains. And I haven't been to veterinary school yet. I will be going to veterinary school in the fall, and there will be growing pains there too. It's just how it is when you learn something. So there will be adversity, but that's different. What I'm talking about is you absolutely do not like it. And that is something that um, is something that you want to consider. Maybe you want to do something different. So that is why it is so important to work at a hospital. Now, I emphasize working with veterinarians and the technicians. Veterinary assisting is the best, in my opinion. Also, I believe that if you're going to shadow, you need to be hands on. So there's a difference between shadowing and just being a bystander, and shadowing and doing hands on work. For example, I'm a veterinary assistant, I'm a kennel assistant for 4.5 years. That is my job, that is my part time job. And that is great. Now, I've shadowed, but when I shadow, I make sure that I'm involved in some extent. For example, I've done science research, and as I've said before on this channel, I did research in high school for 2 years on horses, and what I've learned is that uh, in that time, I helped the person who was helping me hold the animals. The veterinarian did some blood work. I was holding the animals, the horses, making sure they were all right, making sure they were calm during the blood tests. So I was helping. The other time that I shadowed was I was helping someone do dental work on a horse. They were floating the horse's teeth, and I was helping them get supplies and grab them water buckets and hold the dental stand. So I was involved. There was another time where I shadowed at a referral hospital for surgery. So they are all board certified surgeons there who do orthopedic work. And I was doing the vital signs on a computer for all the patients that were under general anesthesia. I was filling some of the medications that we were going to give pre-op and post-op to the patient. I was also getting some materials and things for the technicians and the veterinarians. So I was involved even though I was shadowing and not making any money. So there is a big difference. And please, please, I'm telling you all, don't go to a vet hospital and just stand there like this and shadow for years and years and years. If you want to start out like that, that's one thing. If you're in high school and you can't find a job and you really want to be in the field and you really want to know what it's about, right? I'm telling you, it's better to be in the hospital than not to be, because you want to understand if you like it or not. Because if you don't like it, you're going to be wasting a lot of time in undergrad. You're going to be wasting your time focusing on a career you don't like. You're going to be taking a bunch of science classes that are really, really difficult that are the prereqs to become a veterinarian. And you're going to be doing those really hard science classes, and even though you might like them, there's not a lot of motivation to do them if you don't like the career that you're going into. So I always say that it's better to know that before you decide on your pre-vet major. And if you already have decided on your pre-vet major and you haven't worked at a hospital, I would suggest that you do, and you do some research, and that now that you know this, I would look at to see if I don't like general practice, right? If I don't like a GP, right? If someone says, "Hey, okay, I'm in my pre-vet major, I'm a junior or a senior, I don't have a lot of experience, I'm gonna get some experience," and they go to that place, they get experience, and I hate it. Okay, first off, if you hate that one place and you're far in this undergraduate degree, okay, go at go to a different practice. So if you're at a GP practice, I would say go to a different GP practice. Start there. Start there. Then if you don't like that, go and work at another specialty hospital. Just do it, right? Just go find like a referral or an avian and exotic vet. Go find like a wildlife center. Go to a zoo. Like go to an aquarium, go to different places and kind of find your niche. And maybe it's like, okay, well, I really like that, right? Like, I really like zoo medicine. I really like surgery. I really like ophthalmology or neurology or histology, right? And focus on that, right? And it's like, okay, well, you didn't like GP. Well, there's a bunch of different veterinary specialties that you might like, and it might not be GP. You're gonna have to know GP, right? And it might be in school that you're not gonna be like the most fond of GP, or when you're on your rotations, but you're not going to be doing that for the rest of your life, right? Because veterinary medicine is so broad, right? That it's not just about, oh, I don't like GP work, or I don't like surgery, and I don't like this. And it's like, I hate this. Now, if you hate it, right, and you don't like it at all, and you're like, okay, I hate this working with animals, I don't like it, right? Don't do it, right? If you hate it like all the time, and it's like something that your life is, you're wasting your life, and you're just like, I'm never gonna like this, then don't do it. But I would give it a second chance, especially if you're this far ahead, or plan to do a master's, or just look into different careers that are kind of animal related or science related, because you have those science prerequisites done already. Awesome. So first note is, go to a hospital and find out what it's all about. It's a very interesting experience being on the other side of an appointment. It is something that I really can't explain. You just have to do it on your own, and you'll see what I mean. Second, if you want to become a vet, I strongly suggest that you have a paid job, or you shadow in a place that lets you do things. You will learn so much more than just standing as a bystander in the corner and nobody knows your name. Third, if you are in your undergraduate degree right now and you have not worked at a veterinary clinic or hospital or a shelter, go and do it right now. Go do it tomorrow. The reason I say that is you're going to need it anyway. And the second reason is that you want to make sure that what you are doing, or what you think you're going to want to do, is actually what you want to do, right? Again, we just said this. If you're thinking GP and you go and hate GP, it's not going to be great, right? Go find something that you enjoy. All right, to close, we're just going to be going to two websites that are very helpful. The first one is the AAVMC. So this is the American Association of Veterinary Medical Colleges. And what we are going to be looking at right now, is just, you can type in American Association of Veterinary Medical Colleges. Most U.S. vet schools require experience applying before admission. So look at these hours and make sure that you are aware of them before applying. And also, there's another website you can look at. It's called the VIN Foundation Vet School Bound. And it talks about a lot more pre-veterinary work. So go and do your research. Again, I say this a lot in my videos, and I will say them a lot as well. Go do research. Go and figure out what you need to figure out before they tell you to. It's one of my biggest things I will say. Go do that. And here on the VIN Foundation website for Vet School Bound, has all the specific colleges and their minimum hours of required time in veterinary experience. So that is the entire video, guys. So happy and so grateful and blessed that you guys are here. This is just such a privilege and honor. I'm so thankful for this channel, just to share more information about what I've learned, and kind of save you guys money and save you guys time in your pursuit of veterinary medicine and becoming a veterinarian. One last thing, everybody who is listening and watching, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm going to be starting a very interesting channel kind of opening here in the next few days and weeks to come, and even months. There is a series that I'm going to be doing that is really cool, in my opinion. I think I've made a short about it, but what it's going to be all about is it's going to be about summarizing all of the programs of veterinary medicine. So every single college I'm going to be going into and all the specifics and all the nuances for each college. So say you want to apply to Cornell, or say you want to apply to Missouri, or say you want to apply to UC Davis, right? You can click on one of those videos that I made. You can watch the requirements, and all this information is updated. I'm using all the information that is the most relevant and uh, closest to now as I can find. So that's going to be really exciting. I cannot wait for the first video. It's going to be after this video. We will be going over Auburn's College of Veterinary Medicine. It is going to be such a fun time. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.